miss a bargain. Harold was sat in the lounge when his wife Jean enters and shows him something on the iPad. "A pair of shoes," said Harold. "What's so special about these?" "Don't you remember," said Jean, "I saw these in a shop in Bakewell last week. I didn't buy them because you said they were too expensive." "So, why are you showing me these now?" said Harold. "Because they are half price. Clearance sale starting tomorrow at 8 AM. I would like to be there early before they open." "What do you call early?" "It's at least an hour's drive from here," said Harold. 7 AM, before the crowds start to arrive. This is too good a bargain to miss." 7 AM, said Harold. "We'll have to open off for 6, just to buy another pair of shoes. What makes you think a lot of people will attend this shoe clearance sale?" "I've seen what's happened at Next and Marks and Spencer's sales," continued Jean. "Huge crowds, with some even camping overnight." "But this is just a small shoe shop," said Harold. "Not one of your big high street retailers." "All the same, I would still like to be there early. I really do want those shoes," said Jean. A few hours had gone by when Harold said to Jean, "Why don't you try that click and collect? You may be able to reserve them. It'll save us getting up so early." "That's a good idea," said Jean. She picks up the iPad and reads aloud. "1 pair of ladies' shoes, size 6 in black. Only 1 pair available." She taps the add to basket button. "Nothing's happening, Harold." "Harold, nothing's happening," as she continues tapping the screen. "Looks like the screen's frozen." "Try turning the iPad off and back on," said Harold. "That sometimes solves it." Jean turned it off, waited a while and switched it back on again. "It's taking some time to come back on. Now it's saying there's no internet connection." Harold unplugs the router, waits about 20 seconds and switches it back on. "Try it now, Jean, should be okay." "Oh no, now it's asking me for an internet password," said Jean, starting to get frustrated. "It's on the back of the router," said Harold. "I'll read it out to you. Why does a simple 2-minute job take ages?" said Jean. "I hope no one else has bought these while I've been messing with this." Jean reads from the iPad again. 1 pair of ladies' shoes, size 6 in black. 1 pair available. She taps the add to basket button. "This item is not available for reservation. In-store purchase only." "Unbelievable," says Jean. "All that messing about and now it tells me I can't reserve them. Well, Harold, it's back to plan A. We need to be there early." About 8:30 in the evening, Harold is in the lounge watching the TV when Jean enters with drinks and a few biscuits. "This is a bit early for supper," said Harold. "No, it's not," said Jean. "We need to be in bed early. I'm setting the alarm for 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to miss those shoes." "Harold, wake up, the alarm's gone off. I don't want to miss those bargain shoes. You don't hear anything wearing those earplugs." They both quickly dressed and were soon ready for off. Jean makes a flask of coffee and a few sandwiches to take with them. They arrive at the car park just after 7 AM. Not another vehicle in sight. "Wonderful," said Jean. "We are the first to arrive. I'll go and stand by the door while you bring a couple of chairs and the cool box." "What's the rush?" said Harold. "There's only the 2 of us here." "Well, I'm not taking any chances," said Jean. as she hurriedly sets off and stands by the shop door. Harold walks over to join her, and they both sit down and open up the cool box. After about half an hour, with no other vehicles arriving, Harold looks at Jean. "Are you sure the sale starts today? We are the only ones here." "Look," replied Jean, pointing to signs in the shop window. "Clearance sale starting today at 8 a.m. I can't wait to grab those shoes. What a bargain." "It's only a bargain if you need them," said Harold. "How many pair of shoes have you got?" "It doesn't matter how many pairs of shoes I have. This is a huge saving, a really good bargain." About 7:45, another vehicle parks up near the shop. "Look, Harold, told you, more people arriving." Harold just smiles and shakes his head. Two people get out of the car and walk towards them. "Good morning," says Jean. "Are you here to grab a bargain?" "No, we actually work here," replied one of them. "I'm Julie, the manager. Have you been waiting long?" "Too long," says Harold, once again shaking his head. "Ignore him," said Jean. "I want to grab myself a bargain." At 8 a.m. the shop door opens. Jean and Harold are still the only ones waiting. "You can come in now," says Julie, the manager. "At last," said Jean. "Come on, Harold, I'm going to get my bag and shoes." "You're going by yourself, Jean. If you don't mind, I'll wait in the car." After about an hour, Jean returns to the car without any shoes. "Well," said Harold, "where are those bargain shoes you desperately wanted?" "I haven't got them." When they opened the box, inside was a pair of size 5s, not 6s. Someone had mixed them up. They looked everywhere, but couldn't find my size. "Well," said Harold, "I know you must be disappointed, but this has turned out to be a complete waste of a journey." "No, it hasn't," said Jean, with a broad smile on her face. "I bought this handbag instead. I know I have plenty, but this was too good a bargain to miss. Oh, and 2 pairs of black tights for only 50p. What a bargain!" Harold looked at her, shaking his head. "You're unbelievable, Jean. Just unbelievable."